Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you are brand new, I am very excited that you decided to join me here today for another apartment renovation, which means yes, we are back in MyShuno. I have not been here for a hot minute, and I felt it was time to just kind of get into one of these smaller little units and make something fun. So here I am. I believe, I'm not making any promises, but I believe this is going to be for my save file because I do want a very diverse population of Sims in my save file for you guys to play with, different kinds of storylines, different kind of families all together. And I have this idea to make an apartment for a teen dad and his toddler son. I have no idea what the entire backstory is going to be yet. That's something that when you guys actually do download my save file, when it's ready, it's gonna take a really long time, so I'm sorry ahead of time. I try really hard to get things out and really try hard to work on it as much as I possibly can. But when it is out, you are gonna see, like in the bios is where you're gonna see the backstory. I'm gonna try to be as explicit as I possibly can, to be as detailed as I possibly can in the backstories, but also leave a little bit of mystery, right? To leave that storyline open for you guys to play with. And something just fell off of my couch as I did this. Anyway, so that's kind of my goal. So I don't really know what the backstory is for these guys. I have no idea where they kind of came from, what the situation is, you know, why is mom not in the picture? I have no idea. Maybe she is. You guys can decide that story when you download them. So yeah, I wanted to make them an apartment, and I did give them a needs TLC apartment because I was thinking that they couldn't, you know, afford the penthouse per se, but they could still get something really nice, something that they can make their own, where they can really just thrive in all that they want to do. So I did work on this little tiny kitchen at first, and they do have a little dining section on the other side of the half wall that I end up putting there. But I thought it was really unique what I did, and not to like toot my own horn, but I thought it was unique to kind of use that 4-panel wall decoration. I think it's from Get to Work, if my memory is serving me correctly, and taking those coffee neon signs and putting them in each of the blocks. I mean, granted, it's very repetitive, but I thought it was kind of a different art figure that I could kind of put on the walls, a nice art decoration for the kitchen, and I really like that. And then I just put a little tiny dining section here. There's just one chair and the high chair. I actually get rid of one of those chairs. I think I do. Yeah, maybe I don't. I don't know what I did, but there's just a little tiny dining section. I put a bookcase over here, and this is going to be the very small like living / dining space. So it is a reasonably small apartment. I think this is 918 Medina Studios, if I'm remembering correctly. It is in the left-hand corner if you guys want to see it, like where to place this apartment. If you do, go ahead and download it from the gallery, but I can't see it very well when I do the recording, so that kind of stinks. But I do give them a video game console and a smaller TV. You know, they don't have the, you know, newest upgraded large flat screen, but they have nice things, and I think that dad is able to provide for his son fairly well. He also has a parenting book here and an instructional book, which I don't actually know what that's for. It's from the debug menu, so I don't really know like what that is in gameplay, but he does have the parenting book so he can figure out the best way to nourish his young son. I feel like he takes his role as dad very seriously, but also he decorates the apartment the way that a teenage boy might. The fact that he has a lamp in the corner that actually matches the couch, to me, this is totally making a judgment call, but to me that's kind of surprising. But I'm probably just going off of exposure. Most of the men in my life aren't the best interior decorators. They're like a select few, but it seems to be something that like myself and maybe my girlfriends are more inclined or more inclinated is the word I'm trying to say. I know that's totally making a judgment call, so that's just in my experience. But anyway, I feel like he does decorate it as, you know, a teenage boy may decorate his room. All of his knickknacks and his sports stuff is all over the place, but also his toddler son has kind of taken run of the apartment as well. So like his toys are everywhere. There's some artwork that's related to, you know, being a toddler, being a young child, and I feel like he's a proud dad, so he does hang all that artwork up. And since he is kind of still learning on how to be on his own and not only take care of himself but take care of his son, I feel like the apartment's a little messy. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's lived in. There's a lot of love in these walls, right? There's a lot of love in these walls, and I feel like it just came together really nicely. So you guys will have to tell me what you think. But now I'm just cluttering up this little entryway table, and then I use this empty shelf here, and I just clutter it up with a bunch of knickknacks. And I feel like these are things that I don't know, that a teenager may have. Like, he's got a bunch of MySim dolls, he's got a snow globe, like just some random stuff. I think there's a video game controller and I think a headset or something like that. Yeah, and like a mixtape, like I don't know, I was just picking random items from the debug menu. I also clutter up this countertop a little bit more in the kitchen. I add some mugs and like some milk jugs technically is what they are, but they could be really whatever you want. I just kind of wanted to add some more clutter. I was watching Simless's latest build, actually not the one that came out today, but the one before that. I think it was Jade and Eve's place in the Windenburg townhomes. And I love, love, love what she did with all of the clutter from the debug menu on those shelves. And I do frequent the debug menu and I do pull out some certain debug items, but that's really, really when I know what I'm looking for. I haven't really gone through the debug menu to find things that I haven't used before, things that I might be able to use in builds that I'm just not right now. So I kind of want to do that as well, but I at least knew of those objects. I knew they were going to work. There's like a particular mug. I think it's literally titled Drink, and it's from Spa Day in the debug menu that will not go bad. I think there's even one from Get Together as well, but I can't recall if there is an exact item name or something like that. But yeah, those won't go bad, and that's always a plus. And the bathroom is very simple. There is only one bathroom in this build, but there is the shower tub combo, so he can bathe his little Todd son, and at least he can take a shower, because I don't know if I love baths. Baths are super relaxing, but maybe he doesn't have time. I don't know. But then I work on his bedroom, and I really wanted it to be kind of an oasis away from the chaos. I feel like this is where, when he puts his son to bed, he can go ahead and jump into his room and just relax and unwind and maybe focus on homework. Maybe he is gearing up to go to university. Yeah, I just said that because there's speculation that that pack is coming out soon. And let me just say, I'm not going to be disappointed if it does. But with all of that being said, I'm trying to contain the excitement because I really hope university's coming out in November 15th to be exact, is what they're speculating. It's fine. Yeah, I really hope there's university. And if there is, see, what I would kind of hope for, when I'm trying to think of this sim that I'm thinking of too, right, is I want him to be able to go to a community college maybe, or night school, where his job, his little rabbit hole job maybe, I don't know, I don't want to wish rabbit hole in university, that would stink. Anyway, I want him to be able to go to school, maybe get like a student job on campus or something, so he can earn money while still attending school to open up more job prospects. Like, I want that kind of diversification, if that's even a word. I want that in university, because I think that would be so cool. It would make it so much more realistic than just going off to college and going to parties. That was pretty much like The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 University, but at the same time, I'm not trying to like rag on those versions of university because they were amazing. I loved The Sims 3 University, and The Sims 2 University was great too. I can't quantify them. They're great. And I loved them because they were so immersive. They were such cool experiences. There were so many different intricacies of those games that were so amazing. And I hope that if there's a university pack in the works for The Sims 4, that it lives up to that. But anyway, we move on to the little Todd room, and I put a little fence around that circuit breaker box because I was thinking, you know, if this was real, you'd probably want to fence that off because you don't want your Todd just going in there and poking around. But of course, you may have to remove it if the circuit breaker ever breaks, because otherwise the maintenance worker or even your sim can't get to it to fix it. So I will be transparent there. You'd probably have to get rid of it. So I do apologize if that's kind of a pain, but I wanted to add that kind of level of realism where if this was kind of a needs TLC apartment, that they'd probably barrier that off. They'd probably cut that off so the Todd couldn't get there. But I really love the Todd's room too. He's got like some MySim dolls and random toys and knickknacks. He does have a toy chest. He has his own bookcase and a little chair for him to relax and kind of look at all his little Todd books. And he's got some other kind of toys on the ground too. He actually has a lot in his room, and he has some stuff out in the living room for him to kind of keep himself entertained. And it's kind of like blue, red, and orange, because that blue and orange toy, well, there's a toy and then there's also like a little plushie, and then there's also the chair, which I absolutely love. I think they're so cute. And I don't know, I just really liked how it came together, and I really like the idea of this family. I'm kind of intrigued to see where my creativity may take me as I create them for my save file, and you guys will have to let me know what you think. What should this family kind of be like? I think their dynamic is super positive. What should Dad's job be? What should this Todd grow into into. I mean, I don't know, I'm trying to figure it all out, but we're getting really close to the end of the video, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you next time I post a video. Bye.
Of the water, the coming waves kiss my feet. The touch from